I think it's a good matchup for both teams. It should be evenly matched. It should be, that we got the history that you alluded to, teams that are quite familiar with postseason football. And for the Eagles, they're looking to add a second Lombardi trophy in a row to the team trophy case.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. It is going to be another game that will be affected by weather somewhat. Just when I checked the weather as we were recording this, 28 degrees in Philadelphia. So there is expected at this point in a week from now to be rain. So there could be some elements that will affect the game. Hopefully the 49ers can get Christian McCaffrey going a little bit more. That ground game really suffered versus the Seahawks. So they've got to take advantage of all the things that Christian McCaffrey can do in this matchup.
The Sunday games in the NFC were very interesting, very entertaining, and you're kind of on the edge of your seat watching how this would develop, because when the fourth quarter started for each of those afternoon games, it was wide open. The 49ers could have been the fifth seed and going to Carolina. They could have been the sixth seed, which they ended up becoming. But at one point, the sixth seed looked like it might have been going to Chicago. And then as it turned out, pretty much everything that we kind of thought would happen ended up happening, where the 49ers were the sixth. The Bears held on to the second seed despite their loss to the Lions, only because the Eagles prioritized the health of the team and rest over winning Week 18. And quite frankly, Jennifer, I can't say I blame them, but it also showed that they were just fine facing the 49ers as opposed to potentially, if you're the second seed, facing the Packers. So the way I look at, the way I think the 49ers should view this and pitch it would be that the Eagles wanted to face the 49ers, and now it's up to the 49ers to go to Philadelphia and prove Nick Sirianni's strategy of resting Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley and some of the other top players, that was the wrong strategy. Yeah, the thing about it is, though, that the Eagles haven't exactly been lighting it up either. They finished the regular season with an 11-5 record. We'll throw out that loss to the Commanders, but their offense has struggled at times. They did have 3 consecutive victories heading into that game against Washington, but they also had a stretch there where they were struggling to score 20 points. And they lost 3 consecutive games to Dallas, Chicago, and the Chargers. And even the victory against the Bills in Week 17, they pulled that out with a 13-12 victory. So if the 49ers beat the Eagles as the 6th seed, the only way they would not play the Seahawks in the next round of the playoffs would be if the Packers beat the Bears. So, they reseed after every round of the playoffs, where the best seed remaining plays the worst seed remaining. And I phrase it that way because I never can get it right, whether it's a high seed or a low seed. If you're the number 1 seed, are you a high seed or a low seed? The lower number is 1, but the higher, so that's why I say the best seed and the worst seed. But,
right.
But it very well could be where the 49ers would have an opportunity. Obviously, they have to get past the Eagles, but if they do, more than likely, maybe, probably, they would end up going back to Seattle.